Marley again, and today we're going to be working on an emergency word. An emergency word is kind of like come, and it's where he is away somewhere, you call him, and he comes immediately and directly to you, but it's used a little differently than come. When you use this emergency word, you will always have a treat, something edible for him. I know that he likes food, so this definitely works out, and it makes it worth his while to come back to you. When you first teaching come, you need to be really excited, always have a treat until they learn the command, which is great. But then after that, come is used pretty casually. If it's just around the house and you want to pet him, you say, Marley, come, or come here, something like that. It sometimes changes, whether you say come here, Marley, come on, anything like that. And so once he gets to know you, he knows what you mean, but it's not necessarily the same word, which consistency is really important for dogs. Also, you might not always have a treat. If you're around the house and want to pet him and you call him, yes, the attention is a reward for him, but it's not always as effective as food. And also, you might want to call him to put the leash on and go somewhere, which is good for him and he enjoys, so it's worth it to come to you. But like I said, it can be used more casually. The emergency word is a word you use only in emergencies. You practice it a lot and you always, always, always have a treat. You never use it if you don't have a treat for him. That's so if he were to escape or get off his leash or something like that and is running away or running after something, you can use an emergency word and he will come back to you because he knows you will have a treat. Even if you don't have time to run into the house and get a treat because you've always practiced with a treat before, he'll have no reason to believe that you don't have one now. Whenever you need to use it, which hopefully you don't. But it's good to practice. So, use a word that he's somewhat familiar with, whether it's treat or snack, whatever you call his treats or rewards. You know, if you give him a cookie every night, after dinner, something like that. A lot of times they already associate that word with the food because they get excited. You ask them, oh, Marley, do you want your treat? Do you want your cookie? Something like that. So he already knows a little bit, even without being formally trained it. So, I'm going to use the word treat. Again, change the word to whatever you like. And it's important to have the treat in the middle of your palm and have a closed fist like this. So you don't want to show him the treat or wave it around like that. Because if it were in an emergency where you have to call him right away and you don't have time to get a treat, you will close your fist and he will associate this action and your closed fist with having something in it. So, we'll get him standing up. He's laying down now, and I have him on leash so I can guide him to me and get him to come to me quickly. Because a quick response is very important with the emergency word. So, oh, Marley, stand up. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Marley. He's tired after a long day of playing. Marley, treat! Good boy. Good boy, Marley. Good boy. All right, this leash isn't very long, so I have a super long one that I'm going to tray out, and this is for practice. All right, we aren't going to use this whole leash, but I'll let him get a little farther away from me. But I still have control and still make him come to me. So he's across the room right now, so I'm going to have the treat in my hand. Say, Marley, treat! Good boy! Good boy, Marley. All right, there, I got super excited. He used a loud voice and did this. He will associate most me bending over and have a fist out like this with the treat. He's already looking at me. He thinks that there's a treat in there, so that's great. You want to catch his attention and you want him to come running back to you. And he will learn that there's always a treat when you say treat in a command and pair it with the action, unlike come, which can be used more casually. So now I'm going to walk him around again, so he gets a little more distracted, show him something that he wants to look at, and then I'm going to, I feel like, oh, he knows I have food, so he's following me, but that's okay. I'll step back from him. Marley, treat! Good boy! Good boy, Marley, good boy! So you want to give him lots of love and attention too. If you do have to use this in an emergency, even if you don't have a treat, he'll think that you you do, and by the time he gets there and sees you don't have a treat, you'll have time to grab him or grab his collar. Since he is a smaller dog, you definitely want to bend down so it's in his line of sight. See your fist like that. He's taken off on his own there. So, Marley, treat! Good boy! Good boy, Marley! Good boy! Since this is a long leash, I can't really gather it up as he's coming towards me, but I am giving him a quick tug right when I say treat so that it gives him the incentive to come faster to me, because that's what you want. If you were to get out, say there were another dog around that you were nervous, might be aggressive towards him, you want him to come right away, race back to you so that the other dog doesn't have a chance. You don't want him to stop and get distracted by things along the way, so the quicker he comes to you, the less likely that is to happen. All right, he's getting checked one more time, so we'll practice. Marley, treat! Good boy! Good boy, Marley! He may have been out of the camera there, but he turned and he starts coming to me right away, and as he gets closer, he slows down, which that's pretty good for now, but you want him running to you the entire way. So practice this at home. It's good peace of mind for you and good safety for him. They have these super long leashes at Petco, so you can go out, practice it at the beach, at the park, on your walk, where there are a lot more distractions that would be more like a situation, like if you were to escape, have those distractions and temptations and simulate them there so that he learns it's still really worth it for him to come back to you versus looking at all of those other things that might be out there. So this was Rachel and Marley working on an emergency word.